U.S.-Latin American relations. So we're going to step back a little bit chronologically than where we were yesterday. But a couple things on Vietnam. I hope you enjoyed, if that's the correct word, the presentation yesterday, or found it helpful to get that different perspective. I do have to, it is chronological, I double checked. So there is a chronological, they have a look at the Good Neighbor Policy. And then Matt Loiza is going to talk about the Alliance for Progress, which are similar and connected in that they are both attempts to try to at least give the impression of improving relations with Latin America, and in particular with Central America and Caribbean. I mean, South America is a whole different matter when it comes to U.S. policy. It's the United States is very interested in the big lake that exists there as the American lake, as it's referred to at different times by policymakers, and in particular because of Panama and the canal, and the U.S. interests, economic and military interests in the Panama Canal. We're going to take a look at, when we look at the Good Neighbor Policy, look at Latin American geography a little bit, talk about this concept of white man's burden, what is the Good Neighbor Policy, Hoover and Roosevelt's contribution to that, and then discuss a little bit about how much of it is really good neighbor. Are we being a good neighbor, Fred Rogers style? But we'll talk a little bit about that. First of all, we need some geographic orientation. And so this is an interactive. That's why I have this. So you can come up and point to where you think these countries are. And we'll start with a relatively easy one, Brazil.
All right. Oh, okay.
Yes. And of course, Brazil is unique in what way? Why? Portuguese. Why is it Portuguese? Yeah. Tordesillas, yes. Treaty of Tordesillas, where Spain drew a line and said, everything west is ours, everything east is yours. Portugal said, okay. But the line happened to go somewhere along here. And so that's why, very simple.
And Brazil is winning in the World Cup, right?
Doing very well. Actually, they're also winning as far as economic world power. There's discussion now that Brazil needs to be discussed in terms of the world economic power. Yeah, as far as economic power. So, along with China, the United States, Russia, Germany, Brazil is in that category now. Okay, we'll go through these a little bit faster. Colombia. Show me Colombia.
Two for two.
Okay, Bolivia. A bit trickier. Bolivia.
And the capital of Bolivia is?
It's really not fair if you bring up a map on your computer.
Oh.
people,
computers.
that's how resourceful they are.
Okay, so French Guiana.
Whoa.
Don't call on Cassandra.
You do French Guiana. Yeah, 1 and 3. French Guiana.
Suriname is in the
Yes, Suriname is there. That's-
Guyana.
This should be Guyana. So who's got it up? Do I have it wrong?
You're backwards.
I have it backwards.
No.
Right.
That's Guyana.
French there.
Okay,
great.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, that's Suriname, fresh guy.
Guyana, Suriname.
See, good thing I have a map.
Thank you.
I already had one pulled up.
Chile.
You're just in the back.
Chile's a bit easier. Which is a very interesting country physically, as far as physical geography. It has some of the driest areas of the world, but also once you go up into the mountain, the elevation, it's I don't know if you've seen video of that.
The earthquake showed lots.
The air, yeah. Yeah, the air up there is very wet, and it's out of the air. It's not rainfall. It's just moisture that comes up from the mountains. It's very interesting. I know it's very more professional ways to describe it. Okay, let's try Ecuador.
That's my favorite country.
Go, get up there.
No, grab it.
Come on, go, it's yours. Go, Cassandra, go. Yeah, it's your favorite country.
Well, I mean,
Tell us everything you know about Ecuador.
and the Galapagos.
Tourist attraction.
Ecuador, of course, if you follow environmental news, is significant because of there's a major lawsuit against, is it Texaco now, that eventually it was Sinclair, it was, I think it's Texaco now, because of the oil drilling, that took place there in the 70s and destroyed the environment. In other words, just they're basically tar pits throughout Ecuador, parts of Ecuador. Massive cleanup is needed, and there's a lawsuit. Young man from Ecuador, no educational background, started it, got involved, earned his law degree, so they can take it from there. So it's an interesting story. And then, let's see, Argentina, of course, that's a big one there. And Uruguay, Peru. And then, where are we going to be focusing our attention? Panama's a little easier. How about Nicaragua? Nicaragua and Mauritius. So you got it down. Tell me where to stop.
Keep going through.
Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala,
Belize.
Belize,
Okay.
Dominican Republic.
Haiti,
Cuba.
Cuba.
Just so we have the
Everybody knows her.
The other one is Brazil.
which is again
Yeah.
different map. All kinds of rural